out here today because I want to be, and also because we got some rain on the forecast and I've been wanting to do a rain test on this particular tent. Pretty cheap tent. Now you get what you pay for when it comes to budget camping gear, but there is a budget brand that I've always been pretty impressed by, and that brand is Ozark Trail. And this is the Ozark Trail 4-person dome tent. And I've always been pretty impressed by how small the form factor is with this 4-person tent. Yeah, it's a single skin, but still, it's pretty streamlined. You could attach this to the side of your pack and be good to go. Before we do anything, I want to get a tarp up, because even though it's not supposed to rain for another couple of hours, that's not what I'm feeling right now. So I always like to get the tarp set up before anything else. That way I can always store my bag under it and whatever else under it to keep everything dry. And I'm using Quechua Multifunction Tarp today. Haven't used this in a while, so I thought we'd bring it out, give it a bash. I can't actually remember if there's any issues with it. There shouldn't be. I don't remember there being any issues with it. And it is Decathlon gear, so it's normally pretty tip-top for the price. That is the tarp set up, and obviously it's important not only to keep us dry now, but for later to act as a secondary shelter, because if the tent fails, we can move out under here and actually have a dry place to sleep. Time for the tent. The only issue that I know about this tent is with the poles, because one of the poles broke before we even went out and used it. So yeah, duct tape. Duct tape happened. Duct tape fixes everything. There we go. Look at the size of the pegs. Talk about cutting costs. We wouldn't want to be in any high winds with these. Or on the other hand, they could be considered as some ultra lightweight pegs, huh? Wow. And what we definitely do not want to forget is this little thing. Get that over there. Else the whole thing is going to be entirely pointless. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I really like how big this tent is. Look at the, look, like sitting down, I can just about touch the top of the tent. Talk about headroom, huh? And just the space, the ease of setup. And I get that, you know, it's not gonna be winning any awards, but I like it. Not going to set up our sleep system right now. Obviously when it rains it's going to be easier to spot any water droplets while it's empty, so we're going to leave it empty for now. And now we wait. There's something in there. So to give you guys a little technical info on this Ozark Trail 4-person dome tent, it has a 1500mm hydrostatic head rating. So it's not built to withstand major storms, but it should be able to hold up pretty well, I'd imagine, with the forecast that we have tonight.
The rains never came until a Dutch woman, born in a gale, arrived.
Fast forward a couple of days later, we have heavy rains and a risk of flooding across the UK with the arrival of Storm Babet, named after a Dutch woman born in a gale. The more you know. And you know I mean business today because I've got my waterproof trousers on. The same exact setup as the last time we were out here at the start of the video. The rain just never showed. Annoying, but it's making up for that today. It's been nothing but heavy rain for the past couple of hours now, and the Ozark Trail 4-person dome tent has been sitting in that rain for the past couple of hours now. It's the calmest it's been for a while, so let's go and check out the damage. And quick note, there's probably some drops in the center of the tent. The reason being, and what we definitely do not want to forget, get that over there. Yeah, I forgot. Before we even get in the tent, we have a puddle developing at the door here, and I'm seeing drips. I'm seeing drips happen as we go. Oh, not good. Not good already. Now let's get in here. Already I'm seeing drips. I had one literally just land on top of my head. Yeah. Just penetrating straight through the door area there. We're at top of the tent, puddling. But on the plus side, the back area over here is dry. So it's only the middle and the front by the door. I thought it may have lasted a little bit longer than that. I've had other tents with a 1500mm hydrostatic head rating last longer than that. Looks like we're tarp camping tonight. So I mentioned earlier that I was a fan of the Ozark Trail brand. Reason being is the tent before this one, we had a Ozark Trail teepee tent. And that saw some serious weather, almost probably on par with this, but over the course of maybe 3 or 4 days. And not a single drop came through. That was an awesome tent. This one, this is the exception maybe. So I won't be checking on it again for the remainder of the day. Just gonna let it take its course and see how significant it all is in the morning. Ultimately, the tent's done. But for £30 over the summer months, yeah, worth it. So even though the tent failed, we still have two barriers of protection from the elements right here. With obviously the Quechua Multifunction Tarp and our bivvy bag. Out of all the bivvy bags, this is the one. This is the one for me, my personal favourite. It's not huge, it's a little snug, but I quite like that. Got the zip going down the side here for easy access. Just a completely solid bivvy bag. This is the Highlander Hawk. So if the tarp does fail, which I believe it's beginning to anyway, I mean there's water penetrating through the fabric there, we're still going to be protected by the bivvy bag, and that's something that's not going to fail. I say that now, it's probably going to be 3 out of 3 by the morning. Check out all this water coming through. That I'm surprised about. For dinner tonight, just a Wayfarer meal, Moroccan style bean stew, and some good company with the campfire. And that will do it. It rained non-stop all day and all night, with Storm Babet destroying everything it touches, including this tarp. The tent, I'm not surprised about. The tarp, surprised. Running low on the fuel. Hopefully we got enough for a coffee, huh? It's beginning to peter out now, but I think we're all right. Let's take a look at the damage then. Okay, so looking at the tent here, the bathtub floor looks as though it's done its job in preventing all that dirt from entering into the tent. And let's take a look at the inside. It's not as wet as I thought it would be. And the back of the tent also ended up failing. And that is the Ozark Trail 4-person dome tent. Ozark Trail. It's corny.